Mike, Sadar 42 vinyl. I'm gonna make another video. This is metal part 2 for March, which technically is April. I explained that in the first video. And let's just get right into it. These are things that I bought in the month of April technically, but I'm labeling the video March because I already did April by accident. All right, so this is Saxon. This is Dogs of War. Music on Vinyl has been reissuing pretty much the entire 90s catalog of the Saxon discography lately, and I've been trying to pick them all up. And because it's just really cool to have these albums. Some of these, I don't know if these were all on vinyl before, but if they were like very limited presses. And I don't know what the prices were, but to get these for like 35, 40 bucks, you know, I know Music on Vinyl is a little bit more expensive to get in the US, but still, that's a pretty good deal for getting these as an import. And the sound quality on these are fantastic. Music on Vinyl does a great job with their production of the album itself, and they usually come in a colored pressing for their first time that they reissue stuff, so that's cool. So there's a few things that are beneficial or kind of make it worth getting the Music on Vinyl versions of these releases. And Saxon is just a very consistent band. There's really not nothing I can say about this record that's going to be like, oh, this record was so different, because it really isn't. But to kind of be a completionist for Saxon, which this is their 12th album, yeah, they have a lot of releases. And I'm going to try to pick up some more of these Music on Vinyl reissues as I'm able to get them. They don't seem to be selling out, and they're pressing like 1,000 of each, so I don't think I'm going to be in danger of them going way up in value, you know. So we'll see, but I'm gonna still try to get some more of these. But yeah, Saxon, great band.
Shells into the air, with it and no one cares. Now the blood flows like a stream, we don't make a way supreme. Gods of war, no surrender. Gods of war, kill the defender. Gods of war, screaming to better. Gods of war, it's the day of the jackal. Seems to reach the pain, the shadow still remains.
And here's another Saxon record. Both these came in gold. I thought maybe, you know, I guess they fit the theme, so I'm not really complaining, but this could have come in like a red or a red gold mix. But Music on Vinyl seems to like to do just one color. They really don't do a lot of splatter or marble vinyl that I noticed. I think the majority of the releases that I have from Music on Vinyl are just a single color. Yeah, so this is Killing Ground, basically another Saxon record. This one though came out in 2001. All right, so this is May 96. This is Solitude Aeturnus. This is Downfall. And this is the original album cover. These are the reissues that came out on Smart Records. There is new reissues that are coming out on Back on Black with new album covers, but these are pretty cheap. They're not that expensive. You can get them for like 30, 35 bucks right now. My local store was able to get this for like 32 or something like that. And I might have got this one on Amazon. I can't remember, but I don't think I paid more than like just right around 30 bucks for these. And the Back on Black ones are imports. So I think this is the better way to go if you're in the US to get them on this. And I think, I don't know, like this is licensed from Black on Black, I think, yeah. And these are all gatefold, and they come with like this, you know, paragraphs or this article. This one's by Martin Popoff. So I don't know if the other Back on Black versions are going to have that. So I don't know if that's something that we're going to be missing if you buy the other ones or not. I'd be curious if anybody bought the ones with the different album covers. Now those different album covers are really cool. I think they are good. They're you know, kind of a reimagining or whatever, and they're more make the cover art seem more consistent throughout the discography. But I think these album covers are pretty cool too, even though this is really dark, and that's probably the fault of the reproduction of this, maybe. So what's interesting is if this is a blow up, which it might be, it's kind of hardly noticeable because the art is so dark. It's mostly just black and green, so it's really hard to tell. There's not a lot of detail in there, which makes me think that this probably is a blow up of cover artwork. But it is reflective material for the cover, so you know, it's a little bit higher quality, I guess you would say, materials for the jacket. Anyway, this is Solitude Aeturnus. This is Downfall. This is doom metal band. These guys are pretty consistent as well in the Candlemass vein of doom metal with the soaring vocals. There's really no growling or anything in here, so it's not like death doom. It's just, you know, doom metal in the, you know, a clean vocal style, but still really good stuff, really good songs. You really can't go wrong with any Solitude Aeturnus album, honestly. They're all pretty good.
I guess I can talk about the simple things. Something drives me further than that. Maybe like a cold desert wind. Maybe like a sinking ship. What are we now? Hands in the air like a sinking ship. What are we now? Phantoms of progress, of time and of space.
This is an album that's a classic. This album is, now I like my black metal, you know, symphonic, and this kind of is a symphonic black metal band, but they don't go into the Cradle of Filth. These guys are more, I guess, true black metal, you would say, you know, maybe more inspired a bit by the Dark Throne, you know, that type of symphonic, but their riffs are fantastic. And this is Satyricon, this is Nemesis. This album is fantastic, or Nemesis Divine. This is a really, really, really good black metal album. This is the black metal that I like. This is the kind of stuff that I really dig. You gotta have riffs. You can't just be tremolo all the time and just buzzsaw through the whole album. I can't get into that. That's just me. You know, I kind of get why people like that. You know, it's more to set a mood or a tone, you know, but I really want something memorable, and when all the songs just sound the same, or they only have small parts in, you know, really short parts in each song that are memorable, I don't know, that just doesn't do it for me. This band though, and this album in particular, really, really good stuff. Fantastic riffs, still heavy as fuck. It's really, really, really good. I highly recommend this, especially if you like the symphonic type of black metal. Really, really, really good stuff.
Stop
And the final one I'm going to show, this was a 30th anniversary of this album. This is Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses. And this is the alternate cover version where they're actually kissing. They're actually touching lips in this one, which is a little bit more sexy than the other one where they're almost touching. So I guess this one's the better cover. So that's kind of cool about it. And I believe this is a different, not a different track listing, but I think the order of the tracks are slightly different from the original release, which is, I guess, what they say in the promo materials. There was 2 different versions of this too. I was really confused when I ordered this. There was like 2 different versions of this album that you could order. They were, this one's the Suspended in Dusk. I don't know if it was just 2 different colors, but they both had kind of different names for what they were selling on the website. And this was expensive too. This album always has gone for like 40 or 45 bucks, you know, new. So to buy a new reissue was not cheap, unfortunately, but it's a good album. I enjoyed this album. I just didn't really get into any of the other stuff from them, the early stuff or the stuff that came after. But this album just has some really, really, really great songs on it. And yeah, maybe I'm just the typical guy the typical metalhead who only likes the popular stuff. I guess that's me, at least when it comes to Typo Negative. All right, so that's it for this video. This is part 2 metal. Like, subscribe, comment, put music in your videos if you don't, and thanks. Bye.